안녕하세요. 오늘 TV예술무대 스페셜 MC를 맡은 바이올리니스트 양인모입니다. 방금 오프닝 무대에서 비올리스트 리처드 용재 오닐을 대표하는 곡 섬지박이를 용재 오닐 씨와 기타리스트 김진택 씨의 연주로 들으셨습니다. 오늘 TV예술무대 하우스 콘서트는 리처드 용재 오닐과 친구들인데요. 앞으로 이어질 무대는 저 바이올리니스트 양인모를 비롯하여 첼리스트 문태국, 피아니스트 일리아 라시콥스키 씨도 함께합니다. 본격적으로 하우스 콘서트를 시작하기 전에 오늘의 주인공 리처드 용재 오닐 씨와 함께 이야기를 나눠볼 텐데요. 용재 오닐 씨 나와주세요. 정말 오랜만에 TV 예술 무대에 출연하셨습니다. 시청자 여러분께 새해 인사 부탁드릴게요. Could you say a few words to the public? New Year's greetings.
안녕하세요. 용재 오닐입니다. 새해 복 많이 받으세요.
네. 리처드 용재 오닐 씨가 그동안 쌓아온 커리어를 보면요. 세계적인 비올리스트라는 명성에 걸맞게 대단한 기록들을 많이 세웠습니다. 비올리스트로서 2021년 그래미상 베스트 솔리스트 부분에 노미네이션 되셨고요. 미국 클래식 최고 권위의 상인 에이브리 피셔 커리어 그랜트 상까지 수상하셨습니다. 그리고 20만 장 이상의 판매된 앨범 또한 클래식 연주자로서는 이례적인 기록인데요. 그뿐만 아니라 그동안 볼 수 없었던 클래식계의 새로운 아이콘 앙상블 디토의 활약으로 많은 클래식 팬들이 생겨나기도 했죠. 비올리스트로서 쌓아온 본인의 커리어에 대해 어떻게 생각하는지 궁금한데요. You've achieved so much from Ensemble Ditto to Avery Fisher Grant and the nomination, Grammy nomination. Looking back, what do you make of your career and how do you feel about it?
I think our childhood and the way we're raised is incredibly important for who we become as adults. And I came from a very loving family, very simple life, a very rural and distant from the big city life. But in that quiet place, I was given the opportunity to sort of be introduced to music at a young age and to fall in love with it and to let it become almost everything as a child. And I think that love and that wish above all else to make my life as a musician in any way I could has been a guiding principle. So many young artists I think now are so pushed to like excel or be the best or win a competition and I didn't come through that system at all. I was going to be happy if I went to college and made a living for myself. And so I think every day I wake up I am eternally grateful for this ability to use my flesh and bones to try to reach for the sublime every day and to try to immerse myself in music, which is we both know is the most incredible and uplifting, and it's like life itself, you know, in tone. And it's been really great, and there's been so many surprises along the way.
좋은 음악가가 되기 위해서는 어렸을 적 환경이 중요하다고 말씀하셨고요. 본인은 굉장히 소박하지만 자연스럽게 음악을 접할 수 있게 된 것에 대해서 그것을 되게 행운이라고 생각하고 계시고 항상 음악 곁에 있고 음악의 여러 가지 면모를 이렇게 쫓다 보면은 더 좋은 사람과 좋은 음악가가 될 수 있다는 말씀, 솔직한 용재 오닐 씨의 답변을 들어봤습니다. 올해로 9년차 장수 프로그램 MBC TV 예술 무대 용재온일 씨가 최다 출연자라고 합니다. 그동안 공연장에서 열린 용재온일 씨의 여러 무대들이 TV 예술 무대를 통해 방송되었는데요. 오늘은 이렇게 MBC로 오셔서 스튜디오에서 처음으로 연주하시게 됐는데요. 오늘 무대가 온전히 TV 예술 무대 시청자분들을 위한 무대가 될 텐데 소감 한 말씀 부탁드리겠습니다.
It's an honor, a deep honor. Nowhere in the world that I know can you turn on a network television station and hear the Rebecca Clark Viola Sonata, the Hindemith Viola Sonata, a Beethoven String Quartet cycle. It's unbelievable that it's really a testament to this program, its PD, and the visionary company that gives music this platform. It's an envy. And as far as me being in the studio, I've never been in the studio. I've been lucky that TV예술 무대 has followed me to Yeadang, Yesterday Cheondang and Lotte Concert Hall, and has covered so many of my most beloved moments here in Korea. But this building, I have very deep feelings for because I had a very wonderful project here coming about 8 years ago, the Hello Orchestra. So I spent quite a bit of time in this building, and there's so many memories for me with the children who are now no longer children. And it's great to be here making music with people like you and Taeguk and Jintaek and Ilya. It's where else in the world do we get this privilege?
네, 오늘 TV 예술 무대 하우스 콘서트 리처드 용재온일과 친구들 본격적으로 음악가 친구들과 함께하는 무대가 시작될 텐데요. 두 번째 곡은 첼리스트 문태국 씨와 함께 하시는데 어떤 곡인지요? Could you introduce a little bit about the piece you're going to play with Taeguk?
We are coming up to the end of Beethoven's big year, and what a terrible tragedy among all the things that have happened in 2020 that Beethoven's sort of big blowout birthday celebration has been silenced. So I'm so thrilled to bring this really hilarious duo for viola and cello by Beethoven. It's one of those works without opus. Wu 32, I think. And it's the title is it's a duet for viola and cello, with glasses, with eyeglasses. So I think the joke was that Beethoven wrote it for himself, who he played the viola. That was his first professional job, and in the Bonn Orchestra, I think. And his friend to play this sort of duo, and I can imagine the two of them sort of like trying to use the eyeglasses to read this little score. And I'm so glad to reunite with my dear friend Taeguk, who, you know, Taeguk was my sort of the rock solid cellist of Ensemble Ditto, and he is such a great person, and it's so great to see him and make music with him again.
네, 첼리스트 문태국 씨와 듀오 무대에 이어서 저 바이올리니스트 양인모와 함께 듀오 무대도 준비했는데요. After playing with Taeguk, we will play two pieces by Handel and Harvison. Could you also introduce that a little bit? Not much to say.
It's funny, everyone references Handel Halvorsen with equal billing, both to the piece we're playing, the Saraband, and the Passacaglia. The Passacaglia is, of course, ubiquitous. Everybody knows the Passacaglia. But the Saraband, which is your discovery, is a gem. But going back to my original thought, you know, it's basically Halvorsen. It's not Handel. I mean, Handel might give the idea, but I think it's really a testament to the power of just two instruments. He really is such a great composer. There's such wide breadth of expression. I think it takes advantage, both pieces, of the intimacy of just two solo string instruments, but also at its climaxes sounds completely orchestral.
네, 저희는 핸델 할보슨의 파사칼리아와 사라방드 이 두 곡을 연주할 텐데요. 사실 이 곡의 원천은 핸델이지만 할보슨이라는 작곡가가 많이 자기의 색깔을 가미한 작품이고요. 현악기 두 대의 어떤 친밀함과 그리고 또 어떤 순간에는 극적인 클라이막스를 보여주는 그런 두 곡이라고 할 수 있겠습니다. 네, 그럼 비올라가 만나는 첼로와 바이올린, 오롯이 현악기 두 대로만 연주되는 작품들을 만나보도록 하겠습니다.
Okay, take it. Oh.
비올리스트 리처드 용재 오닐과 함께한 첼리스트 문태국 그리고 바이올리니스트 양인모였습니다. 용재 오닐 씨, 지금 이 무대가 방송될 때는 아마도 미국에 계실 것 같은데요. 미국에서도 MBC TV 예술무대를 가끔 보시나요? Do you get to watch 예술무대 in the States sometimes?
Some of my most viewed videos that I have done have been for MBC 예술무대. Actually, a recital I did for my final year of Ditto with Jeremy Dank, who is one of my dear friends, of Schumann, Hindemith, and Clark. I think is one of my favorite things that I've ever done, and it's been captured for me forever because of 예술무대, and I'm so grateful. And I love hearing it, not because I like to see myself, but it was such a wonderful collaboration, and because of this program, I can now enjoy it.
Yeah. 디토 연주를 포함한 많은 예술무대 연주들을 미국에서도 보고요. 그리고 그때마다 같이 연주했던 연주자들과의 좋은 추억을 떠올리곤 합니다. TV 예술무대가 굉장히 야심한 시간에 방송되지만 비올리스트 리처드 용재 오닐 같은 대단한 연주자들이 꾸준히 출연하시니까 클래식 팬들의 마음을 조금은 다독여주는 것 같습니다. TV 예술무대 제작진이 말하길 이렇게 오랫동안 프로그램이 유지되는 데는 용재 오닐 씨의 역할이 크다고 하시는데 어떻게 생각하시나요? According to the 예술무대 staff, you played a great role in keeping the program alive. What do you think about that?
Well, I don't think that's probably not true. I think the wonderful artists here in Korea, I think Korea, I wish the world could see what happens here, and because of 예술무대, people can. I mean, the most amazing artists come here and share their beautiful gifts, and sometimes before the world was connected by the internet, how would somebody in Europe or the United States know what kind of music was happening here? And because of 예술무대 and its outreach, it's been great. One of my favorite moments ever was when we did the Beethoven cycle, the entire Beethoven cycle. Something that 예술의 전당 actually tried to say no. They said, you can't do it. We don't think it's possible for one quartet to do it. It's never been done in Korea. And 예술무대 was like right behind us, and they recorded everything, all 12 hours of that
Was
cycle.
it with the Ditto Ensemble?
It was with the Ennis Quartet. And,
okay.
And it was like, it was one of those moments that the magic in the hall, that magic that you understand and I understand, was able to be shared with such a broad audience. And the only requirement is that you stay up till 2 in the morning.
Exactly.
but to have that gift to be able to share with millions, it's what a it's I mean I wish if everywhere in the world had this sort of program, we'd have a lot more young classical musicians out there.
한국에서 이루어지고 있는 훌륭한 연주들이 예술 무대를 통해서 방영되고 있다는 것에 대해서 되게 감사하고, 특히 저는 그 NS 쿼르텟 연주, 베토벤 사이클 연주가 굉장히 저에게는 의미 있는 프로젝트였는데, 그때 MBC 예술 무대가 이렇게 서포트 해주신 것에 대해서 되게 감사하게 생각하고 있습니다. 얼마 전 2021년 새해를 맞았는데요. 용재온일 씨 올해 꼭 이루고 싶은 목표나 계획이 있다면요. What are your wishes for 2021?
My wishes for 2021. Well, first of all, I wish that everyone remains healthy and happy. Is it 9 months now? 10 months of this?
Yeah, more than 9, I think.
Yeah, it's a long time, and I'm feeling it. The rest of the world is feeling it. I'm sick of sheltering in place and being by myself. But I hope that with some additional sacrifice that we can beat this virus and be done with it. And my other wish, along with that, is that that the arts flourish and survive. I know for a fact there have been so many people that have suffered greatly. And it's hard for me to see, because these people have dedicated their entire lives to their craft and the love of music and sharing it, and to know that they can't even support their families or pay their bills or pay for their house. It just makes me so sad. And we're not talking about, regional companies in, the middle of a very small town. We're talking about the Metropolitan Opera. We're talking about the South Bank Centre in London. We're talking about the West End. We're talking about Broadway. We're talking about the biggest institutions that give us hope and inspiration to millions of people. And all of them, everyone has taken such a hit. So my wish is that whatever it takes to keep us afloat, please send it our way. Whether you tuning in to watch a TV program, sending in a donation of any amount to your favorite arts organization, or for people that in power to reach out and protect and save the arts. Because of all of the parts of society that have suffered, the arts have been really probably one of the hardest hit. And programs like this, it's wonderful. And I hope that people understand that the people that are on the programs are also, a lot of us, we're struggling, and it's something I hope people don't take for granted. That's my wish.
오늘 TV 예술 무대 하우스 콘서트 리처드 용재온일과 친구들, 지금부터는 러시아 출신의 피아니스트 일리아 라시콥스키 씨와 함께 무대를 꾸밉니다. 그럼 끝까지 함께 해주시길 바랍니다. 감사합니다.
Excellent. Thank you.